You know, these days, a lot of financial planners are recommending to their clients that they draw on their RRSPs first and early, so before age 72. And you know what? I suggest the same thing. But does it really make a difference? Let me introduce you to Bob and Jill. These are clients of mine. I'm doing some work with them. We've changed the names. Bob is 63, life expectancy age 85, and Jill's 59, living to age 92 in the model. Now, they've got a net worth of about $2 million. You see that growing over time. Take a look at Bob. We can see he's got about $600,000 in RSPs. His tax-free savings account's growing over time. And if we look at Jill, not much in RSPs here. Tax-free savings account's growing, and the non-registered account. And look, it's the perfect estate. You know, our tax-free savings accounts are growing, so that passes pretty well tax-free to the kids. And principal residence, that's what this is here. So let's do some comparisons. Okay, so here we've got the drawing on the RSP first, RSP last. And we can see here, tax-free savings accounts growing, RSPs being depleted. And we're really seeing the same thing on the other side. The RSPs last a little longer, but by the time we get to the estate, everything's gone. If we look at the net worth, and I'm just going to look at the numbers on this. Net worth is really about the same. There is no difference. Okay. Well, what if we change it? You know, what happens if they both pass away at age 80? Okay, surely there's going to be some tax to pay then. And we can see if we look at the net worth, this little drop here, this is what's lost in tax. So if we look at the numbers for comparison purposes, and the final estate, we can see, you know what, there is a bit of a difference. There's about a $30,000 advantage drawing on the RSPs first. We can see the year before their net worth was higher on this side. That's because taxes weren't paid yet. If we look at their income assets, let's just see how this was drawn down. So you can see over here, RSP first, the RSPs have been drawing down. If we look at this age just before passing away, there was about 179 in RSPs over here, you know, 321. But again, when we looked at the net worth, there was about a $30,000 difference. So there was a slight advantage, but not much over a 20-year time frame. Okay, but what happens if maybe Bob passes away at 75 and Jill lives to age 92? Surely there's got to be a tax difference because you can't split income anymore. I mean, that's what I tell my clients. But look at the net worth. I mean, it looks about the same. You know, if we look at the numbers, you know, it's about a $9,000 difference over 20 years. So there's no difference. Let's just take a look and see what's happened here. So we can see the RSP first. We did draw down more on the RSP. If we go to 75, about when Bob passes away, there's about 380,000 in RSPs versus 463. But then, of course, once he's passed away and Jill's getting the income, she's just taking the minimum withdrawals. She's drawing a little heavier towards the end. Okay, but one thing I did in this example is I kept the spending the same. What happens if Jill just spends less when Bob passes away? Surely there's going to be a difference then. Well, when I do that comparison, you know, we were at $3.9 million, and we come over here to this side, we're at 3.9. So a very slight advantage to the RSP first, but not that much. So in this case, does it make sense make RSP withdrawals first? Well, I would say it does, because I think there's another reason. There's a psychological reason. I think if I can pull money out of somebody's RSP or RRIF account and they only pay 20%, that's a lot better than psychologically having to pay 30 or 40% tax. So I still think it makes sense to draw from an RSP or a RRIF account early. And just as a reminder, every situation is different, so it makes sense to model them and take it right to the end so you can compare the results.